You just gotta look by it for real.
So what I'm going to say is this, it's a former boss of mine said, things are situational, right? And what I mean by that is she says, like, I just asked you that question. Situationally, you could have answered it in a certain way. But if it's off camera, if it's not me in the room, would that be your answer? And that's fine if it would be. I'm not saying you do, but you gave a nice answer, and that's great, and that's it. But sometimes we do know when people are spreading rumors, we're going to say, meet you.
We'll meet you in the bathroom.
Exactly. Sometimes. That's what I'm saying. So being authentic. All I'm saying is we're not definitely glamorizing or saying that's what you should do, but this is why it probably wouldn't be a good thing. Because I've done that before. Well, I wasn't even in the room. Well, it was a rumor, but anyway, it wasn't because we didn't have phones. And it was a little bit older. But meet me in the bathroom. Let's get to that type of thing. And then I end up getting suspended. It probably wasn't the best thing. To get it right. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so that's why I say it. I mean, and that's the thing, But the thing about it was nobody was there. That's the whole thing about that was nobody was even there. I can't even believe when they called me to the office. Guess what? He was bullying me. Some things happened. I ain't gonna say that. And then he ended up telling on me. This just happens that way or whatever. But that's the thing, what I mean? But in the fight, nobody really won. I mean, I ain't saying nobody really won because we both got suspended. He got more than I did. That was a crazy thing. And neither one told. But that's the thing, nobody, nobody did, won by that. Tell me this. What if your video went viral? Tell me about it.
Like a fight video?
Any viral, anything. Like, especially just, yeah. Anything.
I feel like you gotta stay humble even when a video does go viral. You gotta keep consistency going even when it does go viral. Like, don't be like a person that puts out one. Yeah, like don't be a person that puts out like one good video and is like, oh, I got the fame for the rest of my life. I'm good, and then take it for granted. Don't take any type of fame like that for granted.
Yeah, I feel the same. Like, there's no need for you to just stop for no reason. Just over the fame, it's just really no reason. Just keep going.
I feel that like if a video goes famous, like if you go famous off of a viral video, I feel you should stay the same. Act like it, like obviously act like it happened, but like just put it to the back of your mind because if it happened like a day ago, it's a new day, and some people change off of like getting famous. So
right, tell me this: your video went viral. Oh no, your video went viral, but like I said before, I didn't mean that. If it was a fight video or if it was something positive, something negative, something positive. With it, if it was something. So remember you were saying, you said, like act like, recognize it happened, but keep going. You know what I mean? But you probably wouldn't want to keep going with this fight video.
Yeah.
That probably wouldn't be good.
I ain't lie. If one of my videos went famous or viral, I'm a showboater. I can't lie. I'm sorry. I gotta be real. If one of my videos, let's say I posted a video, it got 10 million views.
Right.
You gonna be happy, honestly, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna be happy. I'm not gonna try to hide it that I'm not happy.
Right. No, that's now. No, I think you're right. I think I understand. I really understand. That's a genuine answer. Next two when we go on. Someone criticized your work though, so maybe it didn't go viral. And they said, "Man, that's whack, man. That ain't no good." I don't even know if they use whack. What's the word they use now? No good. Let's say trash. There we go.
I would say
Fries. It's fries.
Fries?
Yeah.
Fries.
I mean,
fries.
Which one?
I would say
It's just fries.
Golden fries. What fries?
It's just fries.
You go first.
Put the fries in the back.
Put the fries in the.
I say
fries are good though.
I know, but it's just fries.
I say you take the criticism, like you take it how like they give it to you, like you just take constructive criticism. Just take it and move on.
Just take it.
So if someone criticizes your work,
I think I'm different because I don't care what people say about me or think about me. So it's just like,
I think I would like this.
it depends how they
ignore
it.
I'd see it, ignore it, because if you don't have nothing like good to say about my work, then like why would you say it?
because I know. So not that I'm sorry. A lot of you knew kind of what we were kind of not Summit Youth. Summit Youth Media Lab, but y'all knew a little about what we were talking about as far as being podcasts and things like that. So here's the thing: maybe possibly if it is not the podcast you do, But if it is, cool. What if you had 1 million followers?
What if I what if I?
Yeah, what if you had 1 million followers?
I'm gonna do a day in my life every day.
Yeah.
That's what I plan to do my senior
You
year.
just be consistent.
Just keep the consistent going. Just make sure.
Give the crowd what they want. If they want
Unless it's
videos,
something bad.
But okay, I'm glad you said it. So here's the thing.
You gotta put
So-
a limit on it.
So what if I said the greatest influencer isn't always the loudest though? It's the one who makes the biggest impact. But what you see sometimes is that's not always the case when you're trying to do positive. You know that. I mean, think about it. I think some of the best parts of the news when I watch it is, some of the positive things they talk about in the sports thing, because they showcase either athletes or whatever they're doing and stuff like that. And I see that's why I became an official. Why? Because I went to the games anyway. I went to the games when I didn't even know anybody. I didn't even know who they were. I just went to the games. I just like going to them. So I said, well, I might as well try to officiate. Now it's a little different, but that's the thing. But when you're making the biggest impact, sometimes you may not see it and you may not hear about it as well. But with this, like I said, hopefully with this Summit Youth Media Lab, it will be, right? But it's talking about positive things or just getting down to the nitty gritty of some community issues that we talk about, right? So basically going on. So Youth Takeover. That's what the segment is. You're gonna let let us ask the questions, right? So one of the questions you might ask is, why don't adults understand teenagers? This will be for me, right? I think a lot of times it's because we overthink things. What I mean by that is we put ourselves in your shoes instead of understanding that we were once in your shoes, if you understand. I mean, we once made those mistakes. A lot of times for me, it's like I was once in your shoes, but I so much don't want you to be in mine doing the wrong thing that I want to overthink it and talk, talk about, or try to guide you in a way that you might not want to go. I don't want anybody to really fail, really, but I know there are times you will fail, really. And the key to life is getting back up.
I think some parents, they think they know their kid all the way, and it's like kids can get sad and like depressed, but some parents don't think that like it's right for a kid to get depressed and stuff.
Yeah,
But
like they always have why are you sad? You have this, and this, and this, but you have no reason to be sad. But like there's like certain things that go on in life that just may take your mood down, take you down, and just keep taking you down.
Right. For me, you're exactly right. Some advice, to me, I would give my younger self. So advice I would give my younger self would be to, really open up, like you said, open up and communicate more. I kept a lot of things in when I was younger. So much so that it was pretty bad. I mean, it was pretty bad. I mean, because what happens when you keep things in is your body's really intricate, right? And your body sometimes start to betray you because of these things, because you stress and worry. A lot of times that's what, and I don't know you all just talk about depression, right? And anxiety. And so it is. So I would tell my younger self to, communicate how I'm feeling, communicate these things. It just wasn't when I was younger, it has nothing against my family or my parents, but it just wasn't one of those things where you were allowed to really express that. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be funny. You just weren't allowed to really express it.
That's how it is nowadays, like with like just men's mental health. Like people don't think that men deserve to have like certain types of mental health.
That's why, when we talk about, Youth Media Academy, the lab, I don't want to keep calling it academy, but that's why this is a great thing for you all to be able to even touch on that. Because coming from you is a big impact. Coming from you all, and ladies too, females, there's females too.
I think sports gives you. I think sports is like big on your mental too.
Right. Yeah.
Because when you have a bad game, it takes
People
you down.
talk about it.
They start like getting on you for it, and I feel like the more bad games, it gets in your head and it makes you have even more bad games.
That's pretty cool. You say that.
Some people don't even get the game.
Like me, I had one bad football game called trash the whole week. So it was just like I couldn't express it, but like I was down a little bit that week.
We're talking a lot about sports, and I'm gonna tell you, if it was one thing, and maybe it doesn't have to be actual baseball, but if you play wiffle ball or something like that, you will understand failure. because you got to think. And if y'all know a little bit about baseball, 10 times you go to bat. If you get a hit 3 times, you're good. If you get a hit 4 times, you're great. But that still leaves, if you have a 300 hitter, 7 times you didn't get a hit. And if you're 400, of course, which ain't really many, but there's 6. So you would have 6 failures or 7 failures, but 3 or 4 successes. Think about that.
I feel like you have to take the wins as you get them. Like you have to
it's
every
just
small
like
win.
that. I mean, seriously, one at bat's totally different. That's why I love about baseball. One at bat is totally different than the other. You wouldn't think you just hit a home run the inning before, 2 innings. Now you up there again, and it's another chance, and you're doing it again. These are the things that it speaks about. So that's a lot. One of the things that I would say too as well. What's one of the mistakes young people should avoid? It talks about what's the one mistake people. I think it would be something that you spoke about: conflict, getting into useless conflicts, like you were talking about, people talking about you, people, things like that as well. Now, one thing I will say in my end, I understand y'all said about words, right? Words, but one of the things is sometimes they can hurt you. I'm not gonna sit there and tell you they can't, because I might not lay a hand on somebody, but you can hurt somebody verbally. Right. So that's why they do. But you have to go back to what the truth is. And you said that as well. If it's not true, you
Don't
need
dwell on it.
Exactly right. That's exactly. And even if it is true, and if it's not about you, hey, sometimes you have to let it go.